Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are, and it's another day. It's a new day after the 9th round of I-League has come to an end.
Half the league is over.
Yeah, and what's more exciting, what's more interesting was all the matches in round 9 ended in a draw. All of them. Okay, either it was there were 3 matches that ended in 1-1 draw, and the other 2 were a goalless draw. Wow, that's like now it looks like the fight is yet to begin. Like, the remaining half the season is over. The second half will have some interesting stuff. And don't you think, Kevin?
Hey, it's like a filler before the next show begins.
Yeah.
You have a half-time and an interval where you're shown all these ads.
Yeah.
That kind of, just a blank interval, and then you have the show that really gets you on your toes.
Well, just look at the points table. The bottom 7 teams are separated by 7 points.
Yeah.
So there is just no telling who the bottom 3 is going to be.
It's going to be a change. Like, they're going to change immensely. I think every round will have different teams sitting at different places. Now, let's talk about what happened all the matches yesterday's. Starting with Aizawl versus Bengaluru. As expected. Fun game. Excitement. As expected, 1-1. Aizawl taking the lead, 1-0 was great, but just few minutes away, I think Bengaluru regrouped themselves, and who else but the leader himself, Sunil Chetri, stepping up to his name once again. Time and again, he's proving his worth and why he's definitely a captain, and he's taking that shot. But I think the star of the game was Albino Gomez, because they got a penalty. Bengaluru got a penalty. Chetri took it and he saved it. Man, that was it was not like Sunil Chetri took a bad shot. It was an amazing shot. Okay, the other better part was that Albino judged it well, read it well, and went to the right direction and declined that goal. Crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, Albino has been saving a few penalties this season.
Yeah.
So he's one of the reasons, one of the best signings actually
for
Aizawl. Seriously, you just look at Aizawl, they're running on spirit, I think, right now. Completely. Because you just look at these teams, you go for a like-for-like comparison in every position. Bengaluru FC are way ahead.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they didn't look special. Okay, they didn't look overwhelming. Again, a lot of it flowed from Chetri. So, again, when they were under pressure, suddenly, towards the end of the first half, Sunil Chetri scores that goal.
Yeah.
And did you see how charged up they were in the second half?
Yeah.
They just started like they were going to slay them and dominated. They were making all those moves. Defended well, Aizawl FC. Then that freaking penalty came. And Aizawl just turned it around from there.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know about this goal that when Sandesh Jingan hit a goal and then it went, we saw Albino Gomez take a good flight, as in he really jumped high to save the ball, but it almost hit the tip of his finger and went inside the goal. But later on it was disallowed.
Yeah, it was, I think his jump was sort of intercepted, because he had a clash with the nearby BFC players.
Yeah, but it's just strange, this season of I-League, we've seen a lot of goals being disallowed. And at the end of the day, the commentators were commenting, leave what they're saying or what they're doing, it's okay. But they themselves don't know what's happening. And then the teams who are, or people who are constantly tweeting about the matches, and then they're like, oh, we have disallowed the goal, but nobody knows the reason as to why. It's like either a foul or an offside, which they decide minutes and seconds after a lot of time, and then they're like, oh.
No, this is a broadcasting issue. The person who's commentating is not in the stadium, so he's gonna miss some of it because the camera work is shit. Yeah. Let's be honest about it. 4-5 cameras total they have, and they can't even follow the ball properly. They sometimes miss actions happening.
Yeah.
So that means when you're watching it on TV, you're missing some pretty vital details. Always happens in I-League.
Right.
And you have a commentator who's sitting in a studio in Delhi, Mumbai or somewhere. Who knows where they do it from? They're never in the stadium anyway. So if a person is watching on TV and he's not getting any direct communication from the field that, okay, this is the reasoning behind why this decision was taken, he's going to be blind. Just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And that's why we end up with a commentary which is so bland and lifeless and just uninformed, basically.
Yeah. But I don't know, even when they show the replays, for me personally, when I was seeing, I didn't see any much contact. He just fell because he was on a flight and fell. You never know if that was a goal.
No, I think like there was some contact when he was about to jump, and that checked it. Otherwise, he could have covered it. But anyway, your people are very nervy about what you do to the goalkeeper. Like you saw that brawls almost started during Derby because the goalkeeper was almost like inadvertently got hurt when Duffy was trying to get a fumbled ball. Right, so that's what happens. Everybody is protective of the goalkeeper, and then even the referee is supposed to protect the goalkeeper to some extent. So anything happens. Any movement is restricted, you're going to get a foul call.
But I think looking the first half, Aizawl did look like a better team than BFC. Do you agree, Kevin?
Evenly matched contest. You can't say somebody was better than the other. Bengaluru look a bit sharper, but not as a defending champion material.
Yeah, right.
They have the strengths, but they are yet to hit their best in this season.
Yeah. So I think it's a fair result over here. Both the teams evenly contested, so 1-1 given out their points shared. Now the other match, the other team from Northeast were up against East Bengal, the table toppers, and like Kevin said, in his prediction, he said though he would give a 2-0 to East Bengal, he would love to see a draw. And 1-1 draw, what was he banged on, and that's what exactly happened. When Shillong took the lead, man, I'm pretty sure East Bengal would have been in there shitting their pants because that was a crazy lead for it would have been really I think until now the biggest upset for East Bengal in this season. I mean, losing against East
Bengal, could have lost.
Shillong,
East Bengal could have lost had Depanda scored that second and that chance he had got. It was a good scoring opportunity. It's a golden chance that he missed. Had that been in the back of the net, East Bengal were in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they were not the best in yesterday's game.
Yeah.
You could see just a moment of brilliance from Wedson when he took the ball in his left and then shifted to another foot and came back to the same foot and he tried to whack that shot. A similar moment fell to Plaza. But he did not have his touch yesterday. So Shillong, all really credit to Singto over there. He again, as decided, he went with the same formation that he had planned. Ignat came in, that clearly shows that he's not in his 100% fitness. So he would have made a difference had he been there at the back line. You would see more attacks because they were more concentrating on containing East Bengal. But it wasn't an all defensive game from Shillong. They played game by game and the zonal marking was there. Every opportunity that Kinowaki got, he was a standout player yesterday. So he was winning all the tackles, the physical game that was required from somebody. Had Ignat would have been there, Kinowaki would have played a more attacking role than the more defensive that he had played yesterday.
These two teams, these two clubs from Kolkata look like they only play for the derby. Everything build up to the derby.
No.
And then after that, they're the derby took a toll on us.
No.
A lot of stuff happened.
It always does. Yeah. The derby will always
How
take
different is a derby from another game?
It's very different.
That's exactly that's exactly why these teams don't fare well. Because you give credit to that you put, and the rest
because it's an important game. Everybody pushes you for it. You structure your campaign
every match is
around
important.
it.
You lose that, you win that.
You have a big
anything
squad.
Can happen.
You can always have a rotation. If you have the best squad playing
Seriously,
for a derby,
do you think any other than Bengaluru FC who has a proper big squad who can really rotate 7-8 players? and
Whatever
not
your
lose out on
case,
strength.
both these teams,
it does not
both
exist in
these
Indian
teams, okay,
football.
both these teams who are involved in the derby would
Yeah.
have lost the match yesterday. Okay, Bagan would
Could
have lost.
could have
East Bengal would have
easily. It
exactly.
has always happened.
So we all would
Simply
still say
simply
derby hoke gaya hai, so we
simply
forgive them.
because every player is expected to put like 150% of their energy in the derby, and
That's
after
exactly
that,
the
it
point.
takes
That
takes
is the
a
wrong
major
thing.
toll.
That's the wrong mentality. You should take every match.
Why?
Treat
Why
them.
is it a wrong mentality? It's one of the
Treat
biggest
every
games of the
match
season.
equally because it's a league.
You can't.
You win or you lose.
You
That
can't.
doesn't matter.
You can't treat like a top of the table derby match and against a match against Minerva Punjab equally. You never treat any game equally in a league. You always calculate and you pool your resources. That's what they did, and it's always been done that way. So it's very like just sitting here and saying like, nee, every match has 3 points, so every match is equal. That's a very wrong way to play league football.
I understand the mental pressure that's there, but that shouldn't be shown or given as an excuse for the next game not being performed.
Nobody is
after
giving
the
it
mark.
as an excuse, but this is a phenomenon that has been around for a long
It's
time.
a trend.
It's a trend. It's a phenomenon because people get a piece taken out of them, the players, during a derby. That's how much pressure they are under. So
And it's not that comes up all of a sudden. It's there in the table. It's there in the schedule. Derby.
No, but
other
you
games.
go through it. You know, you have a like it's like going through an operation. You know it. 3 months ahead it's gonna happen, but 3 days after the operation you're not gonna go out and do a 10-mile jog because you're recovering. So
Yes,
that's
just
what
because
happens.
that's exactly the point.
Even East
You can't
Bengal,
give
if
recovery time for the teams. Okay, derby हो गया तो इन team को थोड़ा recovery period देते. Let them lose or whatever the result is, we'll forgive them.
No,
the
but
next
they
derby
they
तक.
don't get the recovery period, na? So that's why they don't.
They don't
perform
need
as
it.
par.
They don't have to. Why do they need
Why?
a recovery
Who
period?
wouldn't
Every team
need?
would.
Who
Then
wouldn't
every
need?
match should need a recovery period.
Name
No.
me one player who wouldn't need a 4-day recovery period after playing such a high stakes game. Name me one player who could do it.
That's a scheduling problem. Every team deserves a recovery period after every
obviously,
match.
So if you have a schedule like that, you're gonna have matches like this where no player is gonna be 100%, and that was the
Yeah,
case.
exactly.
Neither East Bengal nor Mohun Bagan were 100% yesterday. So yeah, it's a thing. It happens every time. Like after playing hard in a derby, the next game almost always sees points being dropped.
after the first Maharashtra derby of this season,
Maharashtra derby is not the same thing.
Mumbai went on to win the next game.
No, a Maharashtra derby is not the same thing at all. It does not have like 5% of the pressure that a Kolkata derby has. That's just how it is. So
I so wish they would have lost. At least Bagan. Bagan were
Okay,
on the
next
losing
game.
thing. Minerva and DSK. Do we even talk about this match?
well,
We-
I was doing
Chiranjeev
the
was watching
I was
This
doing the
match
live commentary.
is DSK's match
Yeah.
that they lost. Okay,
Yeah, of
big
course.
time. Big
Of course,
time
no,
they
no.
lost.
See,
it.
I'll tell you what. It just didn't seem like either team was going for a win. No, it didn't seem.
Why
like
they were
20
also in a
minutes-
recovery period of a
Why would
previous match.
DSK not go for the win?
Because I'll tell you, that's what the match
Derby
looked
took
like.
over them.
No, that's what the match looked like. 20 minutes into the I was doing the text commentary, and I couldn't help but write it already looks like a 0-0 draw. 20 minutes into the game, because no one was driving up in numbers. No one was showing that urgency. You see that urgency, no? When you
I
play.
understand Minerva can go for the draw because it's healthy for them. Because they want to keep their unbeaten record. Now 2 matches unbeaten.
Yeah.
If they get another one, it's good for their morale.
Yeah.
But DSK are not in that position.
I don't know why they did it, but it may be because of the pitch.
Was it an ultra defensive game by Minerva?
Not really. They were trying. Only attacks that I saw that were properly channeled was through Juan Cuero either finding Milan Singh on the wing and then him crossing in, or it was Juan Cuero just going straight to Kim Song-yong. Okay. Now Kim Song-yong was pretty much contained by this guy Loveday, and Kamal Preet was there as well. So he didn't really get much space to maneuver with. And Minerva Punjab didn't have an attack to speak of. They were using numbers to defend. That was okay. Partly why I think DSK attack was so, it looked so blunt was because nobody wanted to run in the full speed. It's such huge patches just without grass.
Yeah, that could hurt them.
No, yeah,
bad.
you could. I mean, Kim Song-young went down. Whoever was going down was like looking like devastated. You could just see in the facial expressions that I just want to get out of this place, right? So, yeah, everybody went down. Sumit Pasi picked up a few knocks and all that stuff. Even Lalianzuala Changte came in for the last 12 minutes. Like he wasn't even like running that hard because everybody was, I think, shit scared of that pitch. So yeah, whatever decision they made, I think they did it, going by health concerns or whatever they have. But at this point, it's no longer like funny or justifiable to play on a pitch like that. I understand whatever conditions and the situations they have been thrown into, Minerva Punjab, but just think of these players, man, like who are playing day in and day out on that surface. So yeah, it's sad. What can you say? This was a game where everybody just wanted to save their skin. I mean, look at it. Not even a single card was given out. Nobody even fouled hard, but whoever went down needed immediate medical attention because it hurt.
Yeah,
it must have hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a game killed by its surroundings.
I think the positive sign which I saw was there was quite a number of people who turned up for the game. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it was full house or anything, but compared to the other matches, the home match that they've had, I think people are slowly coming in to the stadium, trying to watch the team and everything. So which is a good sign for
I think part of the reason is that Minerva Punjab are unbeaten for the last 4 games. So they're making it a habit now. They're earning points. So yeah, if you start doing well, the new fans will be attracted to you.
Yeah. So the final match, it would be the same situation, same topic and same reasons and excuses from Chiranjit over here because the other team that was involved in the derby I'm saying repeating the same things what we did some times back, which was derby toll on Mohun Bagan. Too much of pressure that Kolkata derby that gives you. They were in Mumbai. The last 2 matches it has happened in Mumbai, has ended up in a draw, and here again it was a draw. But for me, according to me, Mumbai FC's best match was displayed last night in totality. Whether they won against DSK or the other game that following they beat Churchill, nothing was as good as this match. They gave their all, the players. I don't know what philosophy and strategy what coach used, but the players we saw gave their all. And Alex, who played for the first time last night for Mumbai, was good. So I think the fantastic foreigners tag is kind of paying off because Denzel was absolutely brilliant last night. I mean, Kevin, Farooq, who missed onto that bar, went straight. That would have been his dream goal, right? Scoring in Mumbai against a team like Mohun Bagan. I mean, that was brilliant from him.
Yeah, he deserved that goal. The way he was playing on the left flank all by himself. There was no support from the left wing. He was all alone. There was no overlaps runs that were made. It's only the midfielder that was pushing Farooq up front. So brilliant game from him, but sadly he could not play much in the second half. Goals should have come by Mumbai's way, and there was one which was disallowed. Everybody was under the impression there was a foul, was there a handball, or was there an offside? So it looked like an offside, but not sure. Yes, the decisions, a couple of decisions from the linesmen were not up to the mark. Even sitting in the press box over there, we could make out. It's easy for us to spot an offside. So a clear offside wasn't given at times. Foreigners are making the game for Mumbai, and they will be heavily relying on their performance for the next games. Theobald, as I pointed out, he was heart and soul of Mumbai yesterday. Silva on his free kicks. And Anderson, was it? There are 2 Silvas now. There's one Silva and there's one Da Silva. So the one who was taking the free kicks with the good hairstyle guy. On target.
Good hairstyle Silva.
So he was threatening. If you have to get somebody threatening on the ball, it is him. You'll have to watch out for those set pieces that Mumbai are getting in.
Are you mentioning about the guy who had that kind of ponytail? I think that's what his jersey said, Alex. So I think probably that's the first team to avoid confusion. They've put Alex and then the other Silva. Well, Chiranjit, do I even ask you about it?
One problem I had with that setup was that Sony Node should not have been played. Okay, he was not 100% at all. He was wincing in pain during the pre-match day practice, and they just decided like, okay, just go ahead and just try him out. I understand why they did it, because Keane Lewis is injured. Right, so who you're gonna have on the left? But it could have been mitigated by using Katsumi on the left, and it might actually have worked as well. But what happened was that the kind of wing play that Mohan Bagan used does not happen in Cooperage. Part of the reason why for 3 seasons it's been a draw. That's what these two main driving force foreigners like to do, like Sony on the left and Katsumi on the right. They like to move up the wing, the flank, and just try to make some of their way cut in, like 2/3 of the way up, then they try to cut in. So what happens is that because of this small, like narrow ground they have, there is not much space to maneuver between defenders. So like even if Mumbai FC, that's what happens. If Mumbai FC go to Barasat or even Amritsar Sarovar, slightly wider, the same number of defenders, if they play with 7 at the back, defending in a situation, there will still be gaps between each player because they have more ground to cover. But here it just always, you try to go past, you face 2 more. So that's what happens. That's what happened. And obviously Sony Norde not being fast enough, his like just running few paces, then holding his knee and just standing there, just trying to eat up the pain and then starting again, that makes you blunt. And I know he's Sony Norde and he can just knock in a corner kick or a free kick anytime, but still, why do you want a player like that who's gonna kill like 6 out of 10 of your moves up the flank? So it was a decision Sanjay Sen took. I think he was ready to accept a draw here, as was Santosh Kashyap. He will not admit it, but yeah, of course, both me and Kevin were laughing at the way he was yelling at his defender, "Piche aa," last 15 minutes just going for 1 point.
And the same question was asked during the post match, and he said, "No, I never went for a draw.
I never. I play attacking football." Khalid Jamil ka bhoot sir pe aake baith gaya tha us din. But yeah, it was diplomatic game for both of them. I think both team will be kinda okay with a point here. And of course, East Bengal also dropped a point, so the title race does not really change that much. This was an opportunity lost, but yeah, that goal could have been given. That shot from Thoy could have gone in. It hit the post and came back. So Mumbai FC obviously played their best game so far. They will be much better, I think. Bengaluru will have some trouble coming here and getting 3 points out of them. But yeah, either way, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Well, I think when he was talking about Sony Node, what I wanted to say was the same thing what Sanjay Sen said in the post-match, that Sony, सबको Sony Node चाहिए. हमारे team में से Sony Node नहीं होता. I mean, there are other players in the team.
That's what I said. There are other players, so play others. Yeah. Don't play a like 50% fit player.
Yeah, but then he also gave his reasons why he went on to play with him or whatever reasons that he gave.
Yeah, but now look at the situation we are in. We are playing DSK Shivajans at home.
It's okay. I think
there is no way Sony Node gets rested for DSK Shivajans. And we're talking about Sony because he is so important to the attack. There is a reason, why. Well, like Sony Node, with Sony Node, since he has come, this is his 3rd season in Mohan Bagan. Whenever Sony Node has been on the side, Mohan Bagan have never lost a game at home. Right? They have never lost a derby when Sony Node has started. That is an incredible record, and it's there for a reason. It's not a fluke. That's why people talk about Sony Node, because this is a special player. So you want him fit for the best games, right? And what we got, DSK Shivajans at home, you can't rest him there. Then we are playing Club Valencia in Maldives, AFC Cup qualifier, can't rest him there. We're gonna come back. We got a match on the next weekend, Shillong Lajong away, can't rest him there. 28th Valencia again, can't rest him. Kya karega? By the time 11th and 14th we got a double header against Bengaluru FC coming up, Like, what? You're gonna have a broken man just because he's Sony Norde? You're gonna overwork him like that? Give him some time. Let him come back fully fresh. I don't know how Sanjay Sen is gonna do it. He's obviously under pressure as well. But this, I think, was an opportunity. Yeah, Katsumi could have done the left, and Probir could have started on the right.
In the same situation, like if you remove Messi or Barcelona is nothing, right? So it's like looks like a one-man army.
No, I'm just making I just made the opposite point.
Yeah.
Just get him out. Use Probir Das. He would have been good enough on the right wing, and Katsumi could have seen the left. I don't think the game would have turned out any different if Sony Norde was not playing last night.
Well, the result was the same. The reasons and excuses after the match should also remain the same. With that, we end the show. Now, if you're listening to our show on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel. You can also talk to us directly on Twitter, Chiranjita Oja, Boza_Kevin, Siju Matthew 94 for me. You can also listen to our podcast on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, etc. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy the match. All the matches that were there, they were exciting, though they were draw. Coming up this weekend also we have a great amount of matches. We shall talk about it in detail once we are nearing the day.
But going forward, today we got another special episode coming up for
like
you.
We said yesterday.
Yeah, it's an exclusive interview with, Siju didn't let me take the name yesterday.
Right now you can say as it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's an exclusive interview with Mohun Bagan head coach Sanjay Sen. So that's going to drop sometime later today. So watch out for that on all the possible platforms and whichever way you like to listen to this podcast most. And do join us tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got another weekend coming up. Just freaking hell, no break,
Yeah. Exactly.
Saturday, Sunday, again another round coming up.
Yeah,
so
well,
watch out
great.
For that.
Yeah, well, that's all, guys. Have a great day. You know what to look forward to. Cheers.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.